WBRZ News 2 at 10.
This justice of the peace is in Parish Prison tonight, accused of beating, choking, even waterboarding a child.
Tonight, the ex-girlfriend of Moses Evans says he beat her as well. Mark is live outside of Parish Prison with her story and advice for other women in the same situation.
Yeah, Sylvia, Michael, I'm going to have to caution the viewers tonight because the allegations that she and her children have leveled against Evans are just disturbing. Abuse and torture that goes back more than a decade. The ex-girlfriend there saying that Evans controlled them both physically and psychologically. Evans, he's going to be here in Parish Prison for at least the next few days. Take a look.
So it was like a cult.
For 14 years, Sandra Hally was the girlfriend of EBR Justice of the Peace Moses Evans. They have 2 children together, 10 and 13 years old, and Hally has another son, 18, who also lived with them. Hally says she escaped the abuse a year ago, but Evans still got custody visits with their 2 children. During a recent visit, the 2 younger children reported Evans punched and slapped them. When law enforcement investigated, Hally told them about the extreme abuse she and her older son experienced for years leading up to that.
If somebody is manipulative and they, have control like that, and I think that's why I stayed so long.
Hally shows us the disturbing evidence. Dozens of scars cover her back and go down her arms from being whipped with electrical cords or beaten with garden tools. Her teeth are chipped, her lips have marks, and one ear is disfigured from being punched so often. She even has a burn mark on her shoulder from when Evans allegedly held her down on a hot trailer, ordering the children to help him. Haley's 18-year-old son allegedly experienced the same treatment. Evans even waterboarded him at times, a form of torture.
Some people are afraid to talk. They're ashamed of what people would think. But it's the reason why I made it out, and I know God wants me to help somebody.
Publicly, Evans was a well-known religious man who advocated for the Allison community where they lived, although many considered him eccentric. He performed the first same-sex marriage in East Baton Rouge Parish in 2015.
Evans has been charged with 5 felonies, including domestic abuse and cruelty to juveniles. He's due in court on Tuesday for a bond hearing. We're live at East Baton Rouge Parish Prison tonight. Mark Armstrong, WBRZ News 2.
Welcome back. Here we are, Baton Rouge Finest Podcast, and I told you once, I told you twice, we're going to bring everything to you, and we're going to bring it to you right. Well, right now, on side of me, I have a young lady, Miss Sandra, on side of me. She's been in a 14-year fortress. I'm talking about terrified situation, and I'm going to let her tell you more about what's going on. How you doing today, darling?
Oh, I'm doing great this evening. I'm glad to be here. Yes, my name is Sandra Hally. I am a 14-year survivor of domestic violence. It didn't start like that. He was Prince Charming at the beginning. He didn't, it didn't seem like it was the way that he became after some years with him. He was there. He always did things for me. He was, just taking me places and paying all my bills. He done gave me a clean slate to being a sugar daddy.
Right.
He was 15 years older than I was. First, I began with him when I was 26 years old, and he was 40. I just got out of a marriage. I was separated at the time, so I guess he called me at the right time.
He got you when you was vulnerable.
Yes.
He got you at your most vulnerable time.
So, we start, dating, and, it was kind of like crazy how we met. I wrecked my car, and I was trying to get it fixed, but it seemed like it was going to cost more to get the doors fixed than the whole car. So I said, well, let me donate this car to the Salvation Army.
All right.
And that's what he did. That was one of the things he did, was pick up the cars and do the notary work.
So he worked it for the Salvation Army?
Well, with them, basically. Well,
okay.
He was a retired police. He was a private investigator, and he was a notary. at the time.
So hold on. He was a retired police officer
Mhm.
and a notary
Yes, and a private investigator.
and a private investigator. You ain't find that kind of fishy with him?
It kind of seemed like he had his shit
Like
together.
he had everything together and he made it look good.
Yeah, it made it look good.
He made
That's
it look
right.
very,
A
very
wolf
good.
in sheep's clothing. Yes.
So,
So,
very wolf.
We, started dating and everything, and it was all good at first, but just some strange things started happening.
What would you consider strange?
He wanted me to stop talking to men, like speaking to them. I talk to everybody. I don't care where we are, but he didn't want me to talk to me.
In the most, I'm going to say, the most average abusive relationship, like those kind of be like the first signs when a man, he's showing you that he's a very jealous man,
Mm-hmm.
And see, by him showing you that he was a very jealous man, I would have been like suspicious on him.
Well, I guess, everybody has their charming way of doing something, not to make it seem like they are jealous, even though they, jealous on the slick. But yeah, I thought about it, I guess the age difference, probably be intimidated by, younger men or something like that.
That's true.
But yeah, that was one of the signs, and I want to tell the younger generation, y'all be like, oh, he's so jealous, or, all this kind of stuff, baby, he'll kill you. So you won't be for nobody. So you think that jealous stuff is so cute, it's not, Well, as it went on, I was doing hair with my sister, and he used to be like sitting outside until I finished fixing hair. Like it was an escort, I guess they police stuff, I guess. It's just, yeah.
So he didn't have to go to work?
No, he was retired.
So okay, when you go to do hair, he don't have to do nothing all of a sudden now.
No, he was waiting for me to get off, so I guess he could just follow me home, I guess, being an escort. Since you have mentioned this, yeah, that was one of the signs too. Did I ignore it?
Because that's like strange. That's like, I wouldn't dare sit there with my wife while she go do hair. Like this.
Well, he was technically outside.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't in there.
You're not going to sit technically inside, but
like a
I'm
watchdog,
sitting
I
outside
guess.
in the car.
Yeah.
Like that's technically, I'm saying, here, you got a man coming over there, so I'm gonna go sit over there. That's that's technically me being jealous if I was to choose to do something.
I really didn't see that one. Right? Because I tell people a lot of times you don't see things until you out of there. You can review back and okay, this was a sign right here. This is a sign. You can't see the trees because you're in the forest,
Right.
So it was one of those things,
You're missing everything.
Like I say, we was doing things together, and all of a sudden it just started gradually just going downhill. But like I say, we tend to work with a situation too long. We give too many chances. Like I say, nobody's perfect. We all got all their flaws and stuff,
I agree.
But I'm like, some stuff you need to just go ahead on, and get on down. It's be too much stuff. But the thing about it, they do things and then they kind of straighten up, it be all good,
Yeah.
To kind of,
clean it up.
trying to act like they trying to do better,
they don't leave.
Yeah, but
one of those moves.
Man, we fell off the mountaintop. There was like hell on a platter. hell on wheels. It started nice, but then gradually it's like a grooming. You know, how like somebody, you know, test like you get in the test room.
Yeah, seeing what you're gonna allow and what you're not gonna allow.
Yeah, you know, like I technically.
That's
Yeah.
from my
Do what he
understanding, that's
said,
what
do
I'm
what he say, you know, he'll tell you to do something, and if you do it exactly how he say to do it, you know, I guess he's like, okay, yeah, I got it, you know, I got it or whatever. But yeah, I was very submissive. I was very, yeah. You know, if you're with somebody, I think you're supposed to, you know, like do things to please each other. That's on both ends.
And in a relationship, you are correctly, but it's
Do not
to
lose yourself.
right.
That was the thing.
Certain standards, you know, like some things are just overboard now.
Yeah, we doing too much.
There you go.
Doing the most.
We're doing the most.
I did the most. I really catered to him. I had been out of my mind. It was a lot of stuff that I did. I was like, I don't do this for my own damn self, you know. Yeah, and I'm gonna say this is kind of like my first time in a way. Yeah, I used to lotion him up, rub his feet, get his clothes out, comb his hair, cut his hair, whatever it was to do. Like I was his personal
So he
servant.
didn't have to go to the barbershop.
No. You know, it was everything I did. Everything. Bring his food to the table, get the plate. It was good service. It was good service. But I revert back to the beginning. Yeah, he gave me a clean slate. He did all that stuff for me. I ain't asking about none of that stuff. I didn't even know that he was gonna do all that. But I paid for that. I paid for that.
So one question, okay, during all this time here, was he working, you know, like...
He was his own boss. He didn't have no, he was retired. So, like I say, he had a lot of free time on his hands, you know, and that's what he did. But I was fixing hair. He was like, I guess my supervisor. He was there in and out and always, you know, around while I'm fixing hair, you know, gave me this spot. But after the first child I had from, I had a son already. He was 3 when we got together. He started, I don't know what his problem was. You know, it's a difference between chastising and like really being aggressive on the child.
Correct.
You are like, you know, about 300 pounds over, you know, weight of the child.
Correctly, right.
You know, and I don't know if he was jealous of my child or what. I have no idea. I've been trying to think about it because, you know, he was not his dad. And he used to still go to his, you know, people house and stuff. And he'll do that kind of stuff when he comes back. Like he's trying to question him, like somebody's talking about him. And I'm like, nobody's not even worried about you. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
these people don't even know you.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. It was just, man, there was like a brainwashing in the sense, because it was like I was feeling like I was hopeless in a way because of I couldn't like really do nothing.
So you technically were so deep in love with him at the moment that you just allowed him to do whatever he decided to want to do, and you were just weak at the moment, we're going to say.
I don't know, it's crazy. I am insane. I can put it that, insane. I was insane in a way. Because it's like, he did not, you know how people know how to put things in a way that it's not looking directly like what it really is. It's a camouflage on how they do the thing, and it's not in a harsh way, I guess you want to say. He wasn't that straight up like, he's making it another kind of way, even though he is technically doing these things, but he has an excuse for it to seem like it's justifiable.
Right, and you're allowed to be justifiable at the moment.
Yeah, because I had a problem. My mind was not there.
Right,
you know,
at the moment, you know, you was in a different state.
Yeah, a different state of mind, that's right.
State of mind, so, you know, you had to find yourself.
Yeah, I was lost. lost at sea. It was very, I was not myself. And some other things in it felt like a cult. It felt like a cult. We could not eat what we want to eat. We could not wear what we want to wear. We could not go to the store. I couldn't go to the store to get a piece of bubble gum. I couldn't hop in the car like regular people and say, oh, me and the children about to go to the store. No, that's a no-no. I couldn't talk on the phone with friends. First, it was isolation from my family. And whatever I told him, it's like he flipped it around, acting like they are the bad people, which is, he has been the worst person in my life. I have never been treated that way in my life. I have many injuries. I have a cauliflower ear, which is here. I have a burn on my arm. Teeth. Got spots in my head. The hair's not gonna go back. Got scars all over my body. Got crooked fingers. Both of my arms was fractured. My nose was fractured. Cuts on my lip from getting punched. In the mouth. It's a lot of injuries, but that makes it look good. I say you can be in a state of mind that you are so depressed that you don't want to wake up in the morning. I did have hope, like a slave, want to be free. I knew I was going to get out of there one day, but I didn't know when I was going to get out. Me and my children.
And it wasn't no way that you could just left,
I know it had to been a lot of times I could have left, but like I say, my mind was not there.
It was like you couldn't leave, but you...
It was like there's something wrong with your mind, like you...
Like, was you locked in?
Not technically. No, I was free, but I wasn't free.
You wasn't... Technically you was free, but you wasn't free in the mind.
Yeah. So, like when they had your mind, they have everything, just like slavery.
I see.
You don't think all of them could have did something, all them slaves to them about, 4, 5, people out there?
Right.
Oh, okay. That's how it was, that
right.
kind of thing.
If I just said it that way, that's why I couldn't say that.
It's the fear that I had, that was there, from so many things being done, getting whooped with extension cords, bats, pipes, PVC pipes, fan belts. Oh, hell, the fan belt. I ain't violent, but if you want to get them, get a fan belt. Flashlights. Get in the head with flashlights. Screwdriver handles, all kinds of anything. I even got hit with a damn frying pan. You know that? A frying pan.
What the fuck was he?
I say this son of a gun and hit me with a damn frying pan. Passing through the kitchen. I done been spit on. Okay, come on, bring it to me, Lord. Let's see. Man, I have been body slammed. I want to go forward with this burn on my arm. How I got that. He could not see that good. His vision started going out. But he still will be fighting me. I never fought back. I have a lot of injuries too because I was covering myself when I could not get, that's how I got fractured and all that kind of stuff. He could not even see that good to get to me. He used to have my oldest son run me down like a slave catcher. Now you ain't want to fight my son.
Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat that again?
He used to have my son run after me like a slave catcher. He'll say, hold her until I get there. Now, this particular burn, it was hot as hell outside. I was trying to get out. I should try to attempt to get out, but I'm like, how am I going to get my children out of here? You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave so that we get killed trying to get out of there. So I'm I done kind of like ran to the back. Our 2 children, which they were a little younger, they were escorting him to me because he couldn't see good enough in the backyard to get to me. Now, my son, we stand there talking, I'm like, I'm gonna get out of here, and stuff like that. But I didn't like know how I'm gonna do all this, you know what I'm saying? With the children and, and all that stuff. So he ended up getting to me. I was gonna try to hop over the gate, but he ended up grabbing me by my waist and he body slammed me on the hot metal trailer, a car trailer. At the time, I always used to wear long sleeve shirts because I have all kind of scars, so he didn't want nobody to see that. So I had a thin, long sleeve shirt on, hide his tail outside, body slam me on there. So I'm burning, I'm on my back at the time. And I turned on my arm so I could take, pain. So I'm on there and I'm telling him I'm burning. He was telling my oldest to hold my feet, which I could tell he just had his hands that he's a child, scared it, and stuff like that. My other 2 children, he told them to come keep me. I remember they just put their foot right here, just by me. I could feel, these are children. He'll say, bitch, you gonna burn more in hell than on this trailer. And I could see like you have a GoPro camera, like the punch is going boom, 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 I'm blocking, but I'm burning at the same time now. And I'm trying to get out of there, off the trailer like that. I end up getting off. But then he's gonna tell my son, he say, if you was any kind of son, you would have been on the trailer instead of your mom. Now I have gotten beat with all kind of stuff. That's the one that'll make me do something now. Because he got my children involved in this. Innocent children. But I gave it to the Lord. Because when he do it, he gonna do it right.
Right.
And nobody can stop it. Now, my oldest one, he has had injuries. His head looked like, if you see the roots of a tree, like a lot of little roots on the ground, that's the top of his head. It's like if he cut all his hair off from hitting the head with guns and with hammer handles, all kind of stuff. We have survived. Like I say, we didn't use some of my cat lives, and God was with us,
Yes, God was with y'all.
And I was like, y'all can say what you want, yeah, we go through all kinds of trials and tribulations, and we survive for to help somebody. Because there's no way possible I could have done that by myself. It was like waking up every day like a robot to go cut grass. I'd have been on top of houses, under houses, changing tires, driving a truck and trailer, fire truck, school bus, dump truck. I know how to do most stuff than some men know how to do. Paint houses, good houses out, move exercise equipment, man, look.
Technically,
all kind of stuff.
You basically did everything that a guy did.
Yeah.
Everything that a man can do, you was technically
I was in the ditches, mud, and had headlights on. We had us working at nighttime too, chaining things, pulling stuff, and man, it was something. And when I was with him, I had a little baby afro, looking like Kunta Kinte. Looked like a little boy. Had on glasses, had big old baggy clothes on, you know, nothing like I look now. And I recall one time, this man he was talking to, you know, he say, "Oh, you got your son with you?" Now, you know, at the time I couldn't say anything. You wouldn't think I know how to talk. And I used to make this joke that, you know, I used to stand on the side of him, like, you know how the Muslim women stand on the side.
I wouldn't say nothing with a kufu.
You wouldn't say nothing. Just I should be on the side of him. You know,
Look.
yeah, just. And I'm like, in my mind, like, it's a damn shame. So he would say, "Your son with you," and I was like, "Oh, now that's really bad." And I don't know if the movie even said anything with him. But I didn't look cute at all. I ain't worried about looking in the mirror. I ain't have no women clothes. Well, it used to give me men clothes. Man, look like shit out the side of the road. You know, it was horrible. No cuteness at all.
You don't think?
I couldn't fix my hair.
Was he gay?
No, he wasn't gay.
Like, not
He was
gay,
insane. He was crazy. I don't know what the hell wrong with him.
Right.
You know, he's a control freak. He's a narc. You know, he want to control everything. He control my money. Everything. What I said, how I looked, what I ate, all that. Like I tell everybody, I don't give a damn what they have. You don't have to be mistreated and live that kind. I don't live that kind of way. I don't give a damn if you've been with them for 50 years. I don't give a damn if you got 10 children. I don't care if you ain't never worked and he always took care of you, or anything, whatever kind of history y'all got. You know, yeah, y'all did that good, but nowhere in hell you need to be dealing with nobody that treats you like that. Talk about you like 10 dogs, you know, beat you and all kind of stuff like that for what? Because I ain't do what he say to do, or I ain't do it fast enough, or whatever.
So it wasn't mentally, it was physically, mentally.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get away from that? How did you get out of that situation? Like,
well, like I say, the last day was the longest day of my life. I would never forget that. Now, it was a long day. First, it started off with a fight. He said that I could not, I ain't never keep up with the receipts. He was a hoarder, too. So, yeah, man, we was auction over there. Look. He had all kind of stuff, man.
everything.
Limousines, fire trucks, ambulance.
What the hell is he doing with all
He
this?
used to be riding this shit. Hearses, he had all kinds. She had about 10 sea cans, the small ones, the long ones. When I say some stuff, antique cars. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. We have.
Oh yeah. When I say some stuff.
What, he had acres of land or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about 4 houses and all that. Yeah, he had some stuff. 16 lots and all. So he got some stuff. Now, like I said, they had his stuff together, okay? Okay. But at the end, like, he had a fight with me that morning, and I was, like, locked in the room. And he used to have everything barricaded, like, in front of the windows, like bookcases or anything. So he was, say he was tired of this, that he ain't gonna always lose the receipts and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, in my mind, like, you have about 50 million things here, so I am gonna lose receipts. You don't do this. I was his clerk, too, just to the peace clerk. He was saying that you don't never keep up with the books and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. And so he said he tired of this, so he started punching, he just jumped on me. So I'm literally running on top of the dressers. All the stuff that's lined up, I'm running on top of them. Running around on top of them, and we ended up breaking the recliner chair and all that. Then one of the children did come to the door. It was unlocked at the time, and I did see them peek their head in, but then they closed it, like nobody seen. But he did see them, and he say, "Lock that damn door." So man, it was like just boom, boom, boom. I could see the blood was coming, boom, 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 and I'm trying to run, and I was like, "Oh, when this is gonna be over?" Nose was all bloody, all shirt and stuff. So he asked about my oldest. He said, "Where he at?" Because he told him to do something outside. And he said, "I'm tired of this shit. He always don't come back and report back to me, and all that kind of stuff." And I was saying, okay, so.
Report back to him?
General. So he told other children to tell him to come here. So he came in the house, but he was in the front. So by the time I had changed my shirt and went to the front, where he was, because he was like starting stuff with him. And he was about to, hit him with, stuff or whatever. And so he told us to get the F out. And I'm like, ooh, hallelujah. But no, get out of the house and go to the backyard. I was like, oh my God. So got out. I was so weak because at the time I had I had blood clots for a couple of days, and I was bleeding out. He knew I couldn't really walk. I had to hold on to stuff to walk. I was pale, like my hands and my feet was like pale. So he knew something was wrong with me, but he didn't give a damn. Because he knew if he would have took me, it would have been some stuff, at the hospital. So I'm like looking at my child. You know how like you see on a movie, like you can see him fall off, and my son is like running back, like trying to run from him, and the other children is with him, like he's trying to hit him, grab him and stuff. So I just say, Lord, I feel like I'm their house on one side and his house on the other side. I got the keys, and I unlocked the door. So I got keys to whatever I could get keys for. So it was a Suburban with a trailer with 2 ride lawnmowers on there. So he said, who that is, because you already know us. I was trying to unhook it. I couldn't because I was too weak. So I took the trailer. And I was riding down Highway 19 in Baker because he was in Alston. So he tried to he got my oldest son to drive the car after us. So we on Highway 19, he jumped out the car. When we got to a red light, trying to knock on the door of the car, like I'm about to open. That's why I kept clicking it, until the door had, till the light had turned green. So he had to jump back in the car. So we was driving all down to Zachary, all the way to, what was it, 61? I guess where the lake after hours is over there. And I had no shoes on. I had no identification done. I just told the people to check me out that I need some help. I got in an altercation with a family member. I did not want to say him because my children is at the house. He didn't go back and kill my children. So I had to do something, So he told my son to tell me to come on out of there, out of there. And he said, I'll be out here. So when the people said, we cannot do nothing else for you. You gotta go to the hospital. So I'm like, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna get to the hospital. I say, y'all don't have no ambulance? And it was like, no. I said, y'all don't have no van? And it was like, no. I said, y'all ain't got no bike. Shit, he ain't like I could ride a bike. Shit, I couldn't even really walk.
Right.
So, and I'm like, Lord, how am I get to the hospital? So he pulls up. And he say, oh, is she okay? We'll take her to the hospital right away. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. I know I'm not going to the hospital, you know what I'm saying? So he had my son drive because he couldn't see good enough to drive still, because,
You can't see that.
So, using my child for the drive. I said, well, the hospital is to the left. Going home to the right. So I said, Lord, he going to the right. So we're back home. So I'm like, Lord. So the car is left there with the lawnmowers. So he said, how am I get my motherfucking lawnmower? They're meant for lawnmowers. And I'm like, And my mom like, I'm about to die, but you worry about some damn lawnmowers, you know.
That's what you
in my mind.
ain't got in it.
Oh, look. Now, he made me go back and get that car and drive back home. So I'm thinking like, how am I get the hell out of here with my children? I keep thinking how I'm gonna get out of here. But you know, I was not talking to my family like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's nobody.
You should have went to the hospital.
So look, he drove me back. I bagged the, trailer and all that stuff. So I'm thinking like, how am I get out of here? So nightfall, he told everybody to get cleaned up and stuff. So I had the 2 younger children, our children. And I told him, I said, I can't stay here. I said, I feel like I'm about to die. I said, I don't want to die from y'all. I'd rather die somewhere else, you know. Y'all done seen so much stuff, so I got to get out of here. So I gave him a hug, whatever and stuff. I couldn't talk to my oldest one because he was next up. So then I'm going there. So he walking up down the driveway, doing his 10,000 steps a month. So I'm watching the cameras. Which cameras? We had surveillance cameras everywhere because I put them up. So I'm watching on the camera. And he is like going back and forth. So I called his mom. I ain't tell her what I want to see. I said, how long? I said, how fast you can get here? And she said, about 15, 20 minutes. I said, yeah. I said, go to the back gates. Do not come to the front. I ain't didn't tell, what I was doing. So she said, you okay? I said, I'll be all right. So I was timing. So I said, blink your lights at the back. I'll see you on the camera. So seeing that car, man, that was the longest walk of my life. I told him, I said, I'm making sure everything is shut down over here before we go over to the other house. So I was like, Lord, help me get out of here. So I waited till he got to the house part. So he could, he going back to the driveway. I got a headlight. It's 10:30 at night. I got a headlight. And I started, I did a 360. I looked around and I was like, get me out of here. So I crept through the back door and I snuck out. And I walked. It was like 2 lots I had to walk. Because it was on one street and the backyard was on another street. So I was walking and all that Sanford and Son joint. That's how I was. I said, Lord, help me get to the gate. And I'm creeping, holding on and stuff. I said, don't let me hit nothing, because, I'm back here.
You're back there.
So I was creeping back, and then I got to the gate, and I said, Lord, help me get over the gate. So I made it over. I don't know if I fell or whatever. I ain't care. Shit, I got over that gate, got in the car with his mama, and I said, go. And she drive like a bat, So I told her to take him to the hospital. I said, your son been beating me, and I, for a long time. And I said, I'm never, ever going back. So that was it. Went to the hospital. The people said, how you got here? Because they said, you ain't faint or nothing. I was like, no. And they was like, whatever was fractured, it came back together. They asked, did I go to the hospital? I said, no. I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't even know I was, was fractured at first. So it was God. God will restore. God will heal you. You just got to make that one step and he'll do the rest. I know it'd be scared. I had to leave my children. It took me 28 days to get my children after. With the police, we had to get a search warrant and all that, get the cameras and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of stuff I had to give my children. I had to befriend him, kind of, so I can get my children, Right. But they doing fine, all of them. My oldest one was affected tremendously. He's a hustler like me. He got 2 jobs. He went to HVAC school, so he's doing the air conditioning work with, his job. And my 2 younger children, they have been on road ever since. They have never been to school in their life until I left, and they was 9 and 12 years old. So, hey, that is love. So I encourage everybody, men too. Y'all be in some mess too with some of these women. But don't, if it ain't there no more, just leave, please. And another place you can get is Family Justice Center. They can help you. Anybody's in this kind of situation who want to get out. They're on Government Street, so they can help you.
Man, y'all hear that there, bro? Y'all know it's real. Y'all heard it from her. Y'all self. Y'all heard the truth. And that's like, Lord.
Can't tell it all. There's just some of them.
I hate that even happened to you, bro.
Yeah, but I just say, devil intended for bad, but God turned it into good. So.
Yes, God will be with you. That's all you got to do is have faith and believe in. And I promise you one thing, He got your back no matter what the situation is. But for y'all that, that's watching, stay tuned.